All right, Shalom, Akim. First and foremost, I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, by Hashem Yahushai, by Hashem Rekakodash. I'd like to give double honors to the apostles and elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that teaches word in all true faith and sincerity. And yeah, today, pretty much, I'm just got a title for this lesson, but pretty much my rib just sent me this picture. And this is outside of Costco's in Hoover, man. You know what? Pretty much, this is pretty much a Sam's Club where you can buy things in bulk, and as you can see, these Americans are panicking, man. You know, they're preparing themselves for the the oncoming help that's coming, but they're not ready for what Yahweh Shemel Shai is about to bring into this place, man. Because all these people that you see, most likely, they're going to be put in concentration camps or they're going to get put to death, man. Either way, all this is you see all these prophecies coming to pass, man. You see now that these proud ass people are finna suffer the harsh reality of the world, man. Matter of fact, let's get some. What it is, bear with me. Which we, hey, we in the midst of second Esdras 15, man, and 16, man. We in the midst of this now, man. You know what I mean? So, let's see, let's see. Matter of fact, I start at the top on this, man. So it says, behold, speak thou in the ears of my people the words of prophecy, which I will put in thy mouth, saith the Lord. And yeah, so we speaking the words of Yahweh Hashem Yahushai, which the warning is for Israel, but the rest of the heathen are pretty much, we just telling you that there's nothing you can do about it. The, this is it for you. And as you can see, these Edomites is nothing but Edomites out here, man. You know, and pretty much they falling apart. There's no more basketball. You know, it's a like stickball, which is baseball, which Jake took that over. There's nothing else they can do but look at each other and ration food out now, man. If they even get a chance to do that. You know what I mean? Because mass death is coming to this place, man. Mass death, and that's what the scriptures is full of. Matter of fact, let's get that real quick. Scriptures is full of death threats, man. And now you see the Lord carrying it out, man. This is Ezekiel chapter 2 in verse 9. And when I looked, behold, an hand was sent unto me, and lo, a roll of a book was therein. And he spread it before me, and it was written within and without. And there was written therein lamentations and mourning and woe. And yeah, and that's talking about the scriptures as a whole. That's what it's full of. Lamentations, mournings, and woe. Because it's a collection of book, but it's one book. In each book is going to have a death threat in it, man. Each book have prophecies in it, man. Even within the law, it's prophecies within the law, man. And guess what? It's filled with lamentations, mournings, and woe. Why? Because everything is pointing towards this day. Everything, pretty much everything throughout the scriptures, is pointing towards America, man. These things Ezekiel was talking about, Isaiah, Joel. Guess what? It was meant for this, for those words to come to play during this kingdom, man. So let's get that. Let's go back to 2nd Ezra, the 15th chapter. So let's see, 2nd Ezra 15. And 2, it said, and cause them to be written in paper, see, for they are faithful and true. See, what's that paper? That book, the scriptures, man. And they are faithful and true, meaning where they will come to pass, man. These things are going to come to pass, and as you see, we are in the midst, man. In the midst, man, of these prophecies coming to pass. It's not like this is going to die down. Yahweh Shemel Shai is working, man. It says, "Fear not the imaginations against thee. Let not the incredulity of them trouble thee that speak against thee." And yeah, that really means incredulity goes into unbelief, man. But guess what? What's the results of them unbelieving? This is on verse 4. For all the unfaithful shall die in their unfaithfulness. And yeah, and it was already slated for 2/3 of our people to die, man. But see how just Yahweh Shemel Shai is. Everybody got to hear the word before the come, man. Before the end come. That's why I said, and this gospel shall be preached, and then shall the end come. You know, matter of fact, I think the book of Mark, it kind of said a little, let's see. Let's get at Mark 13. Bear with me. It says, and the gospel, this is Mark 13:10, it said, and the gospel must first be published among all nations. See? So, for the Lord really springing into action, you see certain things, skirmishes here and there, certain things, certain tensions rising, famines and this and that. But once it get on a major scale, this gospel must be published. Oh, and that's what you do with your YouTube videos. It you publish it. Let's just say like you use your phone, your laptop, and you can you download your video, and then the let's just say it's all the way upload for your video to be made public. You got to click publish. That's actually on YouTube. You know, if you download it on a computer, if you upload your video on a computer, you actually have to click publish for your view your video to be made public, man. You know, so you see this word is pretty much uh, doing its thing, man. You see that that hey, the message is out there now. The message is out there. So if you took this word lightly, guess what? You're gonna die pretty much, man. And as you can see, the panic of the people, man. You know, and most likely all these are Edomites anyway. So, you got a lot of coal miners I see in the kingdom. Yeah, I mean, cause none of them gonna see the sun on my plantation, man. Yeah, I mean, but you see the panic of the people, man, and all these people gonna get put to death. Yeah, I mean. So it says, "Behold, said the Lord, I will bring plagues upon the world, the sword, famine, death, and destruction." And yeah, and that's what's here. Oh, and that's now we I got to get used to saying that it's here now, man, because we're not saying it's coming no more. It's not coming. It's already here, man. It's already here, man. You know, the slip of the tongue. We here now, man. We in the midst now, man. These things are on the world, on the planet Earth right now, man. The sword, famine, death, and destruction. It says, "For wickedness have exceedingly polluted the whole earth, and the hurtful works are fulfilled." And yeah, and that's why the Lord springing into action. It's a certain measure that had to be filled up for the Lord springing into action. Matter of fact, let's get that in Genesis. Just a perfect example. Let's see. In Genesis chapter 15, and I started 15. It says, "And thou shalt go to thy fathers in peace, and thou shalt be buried in a good old age. But in the fourth generation they shall come hither again, for the iniquity of the Amorites is not yet full." And yeah, because the Amorites was those they were dwelling in the land of Canaan. It was a certain measure. It was a certain measure of wickedness that had to be filled before the Lord poured out His wrath, man. You know, and that was one. That was the reason when the Lord He was giving out the law, He was telling them, like, look, the reason why I took them down because they weren't following the law, statutes, and commandments. Don't do these things that they were doing. That's the reason why I threw them down. You know, when when we finally conquered the land, you know, pretty much the same thing was said. You know, the reason why they got kicked out the land is because they was doing wickedness, man. In America, it's not like this place, you know, we're gonna drive them out of America. This is, you know what I mean, the natives and is gonna take this land back. No, man. This land is gonna be totally destroyed, man. This time Egypt is gonna be totally, desolate, man. This whole land mass is gonna be engulfed in flames. You know what I mean? But before that, you know, matter of fact, let's get that in Revelation in the 18th chapter. Before that, before the Lord put this place out of misery, all hell is they're gonna have, the people gonna have to suffer hell, man. The people are gonna have to suffer the different plague. Matter of fact, let's get it. Matter of fact, I started selling Revelation 18 and 7. How much she have glorified herself and lived deliciously. See, and this with these Americans, they have lived deliciously, man. You got the luxury of pretty much shitting and making it disappear. Some countries don't have that. Turning your faucet on and water come out. It's still people. It's still certain countries where you had to go draw water, man. You actually got to go down and draw water. Go get go to a well. You know, you sit back and eat Doritos and cheese dip. You pretty much living it up. You know, off the bloodshed of the world, man. How much she has glorified herself and lives deliciously, so much torment and sorrow give her. Yeah, and that's what's coming to this place. Nothing but torment and sorrow, lamentations, mourners, and woes. See, the scriptures is alive and well, man. Lamentations, mourners, and woe, man. That's what's coming. Well, that's what's here. Salakia. That's what's here, man. See, her spirit. That's what's here, man. We here, man. This is for she said in her heart, I said a queen and a widow and shall see no sorrow. And yeah, see these people right here, man, they didn't think that they had to rush and buy things in bulk. And it's a Twilight Zone episode to where what I forgot what was the name of it, but pretty much the guy was each week he was building up on his bunker. Each week he was building up on his bunker, man. You know, and then it was a time to where it was over the radio. Pretty much, it said that there was a missile coming. So he got everything. He got all his water. Oh, it got to the point where the water cut off. He was getting jugs of water, and guess what? The water cut off, man. He was getting everything in the bunker, storing everything, put his family in there. But guess what? The people that took it lightly, that didn't what's the word? That didn't hearken unto his word. Pretty much, they kind of they panic. They fell apart. They wanted to be. They wanted to go in his bunker, but he said it wasn't no room. I told you, cut the barbecues down. just work on it a little bit every other week or something like that. And they didn't pay attention, and they all fell apart. Even but at the end of the thing, it was a false alarm. But the point is, these Americans are not prepared what's finna come, man. No matter how much you store up food and you got all your guns stored up, your how about some shot gonna get you, man. Because you have been living it up. You've been living out the blood of the world, man. And America is the target of Yahweh Shem Shah. And these people, they say in their heart, how they say in their heart by the way of their actions. You know, they're not gonna cut down the barbecues. They're gonna barbecue Saturday, Sunday, and Monday afternoon, man. You know what I mean? That's the mindset of these people. But now you see that is gone now. You know, it says verse 8, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine. See, see, and that one day is a period of time, man. See, it's gonna be a period of time where the Lord pretty much is gonna uh, let you people have it, man, before He ultimately just burn this place up with fire. Which that's not gonna be a swift death, man, because the closer we get to the day of the Lord, the worse the death is gonna be. Matter of fact, because let's get that. And Lamentations, the fourth chapter. And as you see, these people ain't going. They ain't going to Costco's to buy uh, a couch or these different hunting items or tents. They come to store up food, man. And guess what? They're not going to get a chance to get it. You know what I mean? These people are going to be quarantined. And it's not like they're going to be voluntary quarantine in their house. No, they're going to be taken to these different shopping malls, these Walmarts. You know what I mean? That's going to be their new home. Yeah, this is Lamentations 4 and 9. It says, they that be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. For these pine away, stricken through for the want of the fruit of the field. And yeah, so they be slain with the sword are better than they that be slain with hunger. So yeah, once ultimately all hell break loose and you die by the Gurkha troop, you know, that's a better death than, pretty much you getting spared, or being preserved to die of famine, man. Because pretty much your body's eating itself, and the Lord's gonna pay, you might smell food in the air. You might see a mirage. You might have a sneaker bar and it might look like it haven't been unwrapped. And guess what? When you grab it, it just, it might turn to dust in your hand, man. Lord Yahweh Shemiah Shai is gonna pretty much get these people, man. But as you can see, it's different levels of death. So being killed by the sword is better than by the famine. So that famine is a major part of America, man. This is going to be a major part of America, man. It said, therefore shall her plagues come in one day, death and mourning and famine, and she shall be utterly burned with fire, for strong is the Lord power who judgeth her. See? So ultimately, the icing on the cake is the missiles, man. But before that, the chip coming, and nothing but hell is coming to this place, man. You know what I mean? Matter of fact, 2nd Ezra 16 and 1, it says, woe unto thee, Babylon and Asia, woe be unto thee, Egypt and Syria. So pretty much discretion unto you, man. This is Yahweh Shemel sending death threats, man. And guess what? He carries them out. We see it, we in the midst of it now. And Lord willing, we be preserved from those said perils. That the Lord, keep us from the hour of temptation, man. And the things, the plays that's upon this place. It's just, and why the internet is on to let you know that the Lord still is extending His hand out, man. Because once the internet cut out, that's a wrap, man. That's a wrap, man. You know, that's when that faith and all this work. That's when it's gonna come into play. That's when you can pretty much because hey, man, that's part of your investment. You invest in your time, you know, and your life and this truth. Well, guess what? You're gonna you're gonna reap the benefits by getting delivered out of these troubles, man. You're gonna be delivered out of these troubles, man. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. So that means what? Put on sackcloth. Pretty much prepare yourself to be in a state of mourning, man. Prepare yourself to be in a state of mourning, man. It says, gird up yourselves with cloths of sack and hair. Bewail your children and be sorry, for your discretion is at hand. And yeah, we see the discretion, man. It's here, man. And the people think they're just gonna ride it out. They're gonna be in their house, for a couple weeks, with some rations. That's why they went to Costco's, because they buying it in bulk.
You know, to that's the only way they sell it is in bulk, man. They think they're just gonna pretty much ride it out for the few weeks and then everything gonna you know every, it'll be time for baseball season. No, man. Lord Yahweh Shemel Shai is finna ultimately, destroy this place, man. The destruction. You see the mirth is being taken away. You see the money is about to crash, man. This place is in shambles. It says, a sword is sent upon you, and who may turn it back? A fire is sent among you, and who may quench it? And guess what? This first start off with this word, man. This word is what's doing it. And then after the word, which is known as a sword, that fire is known as fire as well. That sword and that fire is gonna come right after it, man. Once it accomplished what it was set out to do, to hit the ears of every people, man, for hit the ears of all the people. Like I said, it must be published among all nations. Once it hit the ears of all people, then guess what's gonna come in the physical, man? It's his plays are sent unto you, and what is he that may drive them away? Because guess what, man? Ultimately, Yahweh Shema Shai got his eyes privileged set on America, man. This is the place, this is that venue, this is that arena the Lord have chosen, you know, to to once again uh glorify his name, man. By the way of discretion of this place, you know. This is gonna go down in history, man. We're gonna go back in the kingdom and be like, this happened when the Americans was ruling. This a day like no other, man. That great famine, you know. People always talking about the potato famine in Ireland. Well, this is gonna be a worse famine than that, man. I feel let's get that in Daniel. You know, Daniel 12:1. And at that time shall Michael stand up, the great prince will stand up for the children of thy people, and there shall be a time of trouble, such as never was since there was a nation, even to that same time. And at that time, the people shall be delivered, everyone that shall be found written in the book. And that lets you know that this time is gonna be like no other, man. Because all the prophets said it, man. All the prophets talked about this, man. All the prophets was pointing towards Babylon when they was saying Babylon or Nineveh or Egypt. It was talking about America, man. So the Lord continued to remind you that America is going to be destroyed. And before America is going to be destroyed, uh, the people, these Babylonians, is pretty much going to suffer great sorrows and mournings and deaths, man. We here, man. You know? And it says you can't do nothing about it. We can't even do nothing. What's going to happen from 2 minutes from now, man? So we got to just continue to stay prayed up, pray to Yahweh Hashem Shai and hope that we be a part of that righteous number, man, and escape, you know, these different plagues. Matter of fact, and I ended off on that on 2 Ezra 9 itself. Because these plagues, we're going to be in the midst. You read Job, the 5th chapter, Job 5, you probably started verse 19 on down. It tells you that we pretty much going to be in the midst of these different plagues, man. And matter of fact, Job 5, and I'm gonna just jump down to the point I'm gonna get. It says in this Job 5, and I jump down to 24. It says, and thou shalt know that thy tabernacle shall be in peace, and thou shalt visit thy habitation and shalt not sin. And yeah, the tabernacle is talking about the house of David, man. If you in the house of David, you want to be in peace, man. The Lord is the one that's gonna. If you're in the house of David, you're gonna be preserved. From the elements, the outside elements, man. That's why it says he's gonna deliver us in 6 troubles, and the sound shall no evil touch thee. So if you're in the house of David, you're gonna be preserved from the different plagues, man. Because we're gonna be in the midst of this, man. We're gonna be in the midst of that, and that's how Yahweh Shema Shai is gonna show us power. It gotta happen. It's not like you want to be here in America another 10 years, 20 years, man. You know? So this is 2 Ezra 9 and 7. It says, and everyone that shall be saved and shall be able to escape by his works and by faith whereby ye have believed. See? And guess what? Faith and works, guess what? That's an investment into this truth, man. You fully committed to this truth, man. And that's how you reap the benefits. You're going to be able to escape. Verse 8 shall be preserved from the said perils. And one of the different said perils, the different pestilence, the famines. Oh, that's why you read Isaiah the 65th chapter. It said, my servants shall eat, but ye shall be hungry. Hey, hey, man. Hey, they getting it for us, man. They getting this for us, man. You know, different preserved fruits, these different canned goods. We ain't got to shop. They doing it for us. You see all these people because man, that they said we're gonna be married, man. It's not like we're gonna have to, with ration out food. Man, the Lord is gonna be, man, Lord might have a great feast. You read about the three lepers, that I think that's in Second Kings, I believe, about the three lepers when that great famine came, man. The Lord drew. See, call out Yahweh Shem Yahushua. See, we here, man. Trump plans to declare national emergency over coronavirus and pretty much martial law, man. We here, man, and Yahweh Shemel Shai is gonna preserve us from it, man. Why? Because we invested into this truth. We committed ourselves into the truth, and we wholeheartedly believe, man. So what's the benefits? Here's the go to benefits. Verse 8, 2 Ezra 9 and 8, it says, shall be preserved from the said perils, and shall see my salvation in my land and within my borders, for how I have sanctified them for me from the beginning. See? So that's mercy, man. We're gonna receive mercy, man. And that's what all we need. You know, that's what else do we want? We need mercy. We want mercy, man. No needs come before wants, but guess what? I need and I wants is mercy, man. Yeah, I mean. So yeah, I can, man. I hope they were edifying. I want to give all praise, honor, and glory to Yahweh, Bashem Yahushua, Bashem Kakodash. Double honor to the positive elders of Great Millstone. Shalom to the elect that's teaching the word on true faith and sincerity. DTA, abide, ball.